God, the timing was perfect. The timing is perfect. We were gonna let it rip. We were gonna let it rip.
That's all right.
Don't worry. Everyone's very understanding in the comments.
They better be. They damn well better be. I got a hole in my boot, John.
You get a hole in your boot.
I don't know. I just got it. Well, I mean, I guess
happening.
it's been a year. I think. Here,
The Tacovas?
yeah.
Well, you know my first pair, I've been gluing them.
Well, you gotta send them
Well,
boys back.
here's what y'all gotta see. I don't know
Where's
if
my
this is
cam?
gonna be gluable. Okay.
Oh, where is it?
In the leather?
Look at that.
Oh, that's
One
a
of those
resole. That's a resole.
That baby is right there. I saw that last night. I said,
Well,
what?
you had to step on something gnarly for that one.
Well, I'll tell you what I think it is. I think it's for my pedals.
No.
And wearing it, like, because I mean, you see the threads and stuff are going away there. But I do so much.
Well, that just happens.
sliding,
You know what I mean?
you know what I mean?
Because that's just that leather sole. But luckily, you can. So okay, we're talking boots.
We're talking boots.
You can send those things back to Tecovas.
Yeah.
Here's the bitch of it, and I'm a little pissed about this.
You'll get them in 5 years.
Well, they will. For a while there was a thing where they would take them back,
Yeah.
recondition all the leather,
Yeah.
Cool.
put your new sole back on.
Sick.
It was $150.
Hell yeah.
And it's like everything, you got your old leather, but everything's reconditioned, the whole
Yes.
footbed. That's not too bad if you only had to do it like every few years, 3 years, some shit like that. Now, I went to look the other day to do my first pair like that.
$250.
No, still $150, but it's a third-party company. And they do 3 or 4 other brands. And I was like, that doesn't feel as good. You know,
Nah.
it's not through, like you click on it on the Tecova website and it takes you to a third-party website. But there is a little cobbler guy who apparently is very good in Monroe.
Yes. Which we heard from our buddy Roland.
Yep. And so
I
kind of think we just go there.
I want to try that out too, but my worry is I've seen some of those guys where they just run in and they're like, yeah, we'll put a rubber sole on it. I'm like, no.
We want the real
Can
deal.
you make it look like this?
Yeah, I mean, so I think that might be. Well, I'm interested. Well, yeah, and I want to get that dude's prices because obviously if he'll resole them.
I'll tell you this too. It's really cool to have a pair of boots, like a real pair of boots that they finally like have broken in enough that I want that old leather that is like around my foot. It just feels so much better. It's hard to explain.
Sweet Jack says send him in and send him in the bill. What a man.
These boots came from Sweet Uncle Jack.
It's true.
He helped fund the boot project whenever we're in Nashville. It would be cool if whenever I go back out there in a couple of weeks if I could figure it out.
We should see.
You should just go by and talk to him.
We should see if Tacovas will
Do a video.
custom casino boot
Dude. I mean, we all love Tecovas. We all wear them.
I mean, it'd be
with the
pretty sick.
casino guitars like logo in the bottom.
Dude,
Yes.
that would be sick, actually. Someone who said.
I mean, could we make a really cheesy set and then a set that we'd actually wear, like
Yeah,
the
right.
cheesy set has
With the,
like dice and shit.
Casino G on the front, like the Billy Gibbons boots or whatever.
Yeah, like blown out.
DB says my wife has more Tecovas than I have guitars. I don't know if I can go cheesy. I mean, those are really nice
I've got
boots.
a pair of those.
Do you like them? Are they comfy?
They were gifted to me actually.
They do look really
Victor
nice.
got them and gave them to me because he doesn't wear cowboy boots.
Oh yeah.
They're a little bit. They're like one half size too big.
Oh yeah. That's almost worse because they slide them in your feet.
But they're slick though. They are all black.
Have I seen those?
I don't know. I may not have worn.
Listen. We love boots. I'm sorry.
I'll
We're
tell
boot
you,
people.
the next set of boots that Sean gets is probably going to be ostrich skin because
Those-
that has gotten me
slick
turned
ones?
on.
Or the.
I want the
you
ones
to
with
see
the-
it. You want to see
yeah.
it. I mean, because all of you can see the little dots, but then I kind of like. Yeah, I know.
I
know.
maybe not the big ruffles.
I had a pair. They're not as comfy as.
As
Damn, don't they look
when
cool?
I put on the calfskin Tecovas, it just feels like a little glove. Just holds my foot. I don't know. I love it.
I mean,
Jeff Oliver wants to know, Jonathan, have you been using that Mike Campbell Magnate? No, but I have been using the Mike Campbell Magnetone. I feel like I should know what a Magnate is, but I don't know. No, I'm just kidding because I'm sure that was typo. So yes,
like
listen.
you prick.
So on that Magnetone, right? There's channel 1, there's channel 2. Like there's separate total things, and then you hit the middle, and it's supposed to be like kind of like faux stereo, you know. only the left side works, and I know that it's not quite as loud as it should be, so it probably needs like tubes or something. It sounds great, and I'm just funny about having it messed with or worked on. I need to find somebody to really go through it because I'd like to put it all the way back to, you know, its glory. But I don't know. I'm just funny about who I send it to.
It's hard to find we don't know many good like amp repair people.
And I feel like there's a lot of guys who like are so good at like old Fenders and old Marshalls, and you got to find somebody who kind of knows, especially the 60s SD owned Magnetone stuff, because it's weird. It's in that suitcase thing with the plastic piece comes off.
That's
like,
a whole nother, you know.
And it's just, I mean, it's weird enough taking the new Magnetones. I've taken them to a few amp guys, and they're like, I don't know, you know.
They pop it up and they're like, oh.
So, but anyways, so basically, the answer is yes, but only really at home. The other thing is it is an odd height because of that weird like suitcase handle. So it doesn't fit in any of my little amp case that I have right now. Yeah. And I need to get one because I kind of want to keep it in the case. If I want to take it out.
I mean, it's got to be between an M80 and a basement height.
It's
like,
taller than a basement, dude.
Is it?
You would think not, but like when I put it in that 112 amp thing that I've got, you know, the M80 fits comfortably in there.
Yeah.
It sticks up a good 8 inches, you know, 6 inches. But it's just that handle. It's just really tall.
Yeah.
And the handle doesn't go down.
What a funny design, too. I mean, I get it. At that point in time, they were like, plastic was going to be the tits, you know? And it's just so weird. If you ever get a chance to see one of those amps in person, you'll be like, that is weird.
But it's cool. And
it is cool.
I love the sound. I think it has a cool sound. I just, and I would love to use it. I had this vision one time of me going out and doing solo shows, and instead of playing acoustic, it would be like the Mike Campbell in a case and some weird direct thing with the Gretsch, like, and I would blend them together, and it would be like a really weird, like, funky old tone.
Fuck it.
I think that would be fun.
Do it. That'd be cool as shit.
But Ned crushed it right here. He said amp repair people are always eccentric old guys who only work on amps they like. They might hold on to your amp for 3 years, and then they give it back without working on it. And sometimes they might even like bitch and belittle you, belittle you for having that amp. I just, you know,
a
reissue,
like
a
huh?
Reverb. Yeah, it's just like, okay.
It's like, well, fuck, dude, sorry.
Tom Beatty, I have never worn a pair of Crocs, nor would I do such a thing.
Yeah.
My children do live in them, to be fair, but I don't really wear
I
Crocs.
won't shame this person on our live stream. If you ask me in person, I will tell you. But I saw them at NAMM in bright yellow Crocs.
Shame.
And I immediately thought to myself, dork. And I said it out loud. Like, I went, oh, shit.
I don't even find the
It
Crocs.
was like I was an old school bully all of a sudden. It was weird.
Listen, I can sway the hippie side sometimes in like the right way.
Flip flops.
So I wore, but I lived in Charleston, so I did live in rainbow flip flops. You know, the leather rainbow. Yeah. You know, I lived in those for like a long time. But when in Rome, they say, do as the Romans.
When in Hootie Land.
When in Hootie Land, you got to wear the right Hootie attire, the Hootie footwear. So what are you gonna do?
Have you seen that Instagram video that's going around them playing that STP cover from like the 90s?
It's Hootie the Blowfish.
Interstate Love Song is like.
Is it good?
I think he kind of messes up the riff every time. And it's always that end part.
The guitar player.
Yeah. You know how the first part is the famous like down, 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 down. It's like a chord thing. It's like.
That is a deceptively tricky little song.
It's tricky, dude.
You hear it wrong a lot, and I've played it wrong a lot. And they're not one of my like favorite bands, but that guy did use some neat chords. Like he used some jazzy kind of chords, and I thought that was neat.
Well, I think we're just pointing out. I mean, as guitarists, that's a trick right there, right? Like that's one of those songs that you see more people play wrong than play right, but it's forgivable because it's like it's a weird one. What other songs do we got that are like that on Universe? You know, because I can think of a couple. There's that. There's the what's the Zeppelin song that?
Whole Lot of Love.
I think so. Right.
Yeah, because like even the way I play the riff, I know is not how he actually does it, and he does it in that Let's Get Loud documentary.
Yeah, it's hard to get that.
And there's a weird little bendy thing.
Bend thing.
That I don't do at all. Yeah,
I can't get it. I'm like working on it, and it's like always in the back of my head, and I'm like, oh, it's there.
Ned says he has a couple pair of canvas Croc shoes. The ones I always see, and my buddy Robbie that I play for, this is like all he wears, the Hey Dudes.
Yeah.
There's like the Hey Dudes boots and all the different kind. I'm like, I don't know, man.
No.
I don't know. I love
It's-
Robbie.
I
He's
mean-
a Hey Dude it up, but he's comfort driven. Comfort driven.
Shoes like that, I get owning a pair, but owning
to like throw on.
yeah.
Like I have a pair of flip flops that I throw on and walk out in my yard.
Yeah,
or
like I'm gonna mess around and do some junk, yeah, but not.
If I'm traveling, I usually like to throw them in my bag. So like in the morning, like you wake up, you want to run down to eat breakfast. Like, you
Yeah.
have to throw in your boots.
It's
or
like
your
a
shoes.
faux slipper in a way.
Yeah, it's a slipper. It's
Yeah.
a slipper.
It is a
A
slipper.
slipper for the world.
Let's call it what it is.
All right, check in from Mighty Woodrow. He says, speaking of amps, you guys remember his Marshall kind of got destroyed. It's cracked cabinet, all that. It was the
Yes.
Origin, right? Origin 50. Hit my claim settled for, or got my claim settled for the destroyed Marshall and got a full refund. Dude,
Perfect.
it's good. I'm a carpenter as a hobby and was able to. So man, so you got the amp refunded and you got to fix it. That's actually kind of killer. That's like the perfect scenario, honestly.
And then if they, I mean, hell, I guess you could buy whatever you wanted to now.
So.
Or you
that's
just
kinda
save your
awesome.
money.
Save your money.
That's what I'd do. Hell
Save
yeah,
your
dude.
money.
Nah, I'm lying. I wouldn't. I'd find some other piece of gear. I'd be like, sweet, now I can have two new things.
What are you gonna do?
I'm an idiot.
What are you gonna do? So there you go. That's it. That's it. That's all we have to talk about today. Boots, cabinets.
Boots and cabinets. Actually,
throwing your money away.
I had some guitar dayage yesterday that I got to share.
All right, let's hear about it. We got a few things. I'm just kidding. We got a few
Yeah,
things.
we got stuff in our
got some
bag,
good- we
but
got
this
some good
I just want to shove in there. I got to play a 1960 Stratocaster that was in
This yesterday?
primo condition. Yes, I
was
hate
I?
you missed it. You were teaching, and it was
stupid kids. I had to
Dude,
go to-
it was it was by far the lightest Strat, vintage Strat I've ever played, and also easily for me the best vintage Strat I have ever touched.
Okay,
that
let's talk about it. How did it like okay, let's qualify this. Was it let's talk feel. How did it feel?
Well, let's paint a picture. Let me paint this picture for you, baby.
Why do you do it, baby Bobby?
Because I'm selfless. So I popped open the mint vintage brown Fender case. It was the brown chocolate case, dude. I mean, and it was like not a mark on it. The latches were still like chromy gold.
Really?
Like reflective, yeah. So we went, boom. I was like, whoa, hit the top, open up this case. The guitar had just like light wear all over it, a couple of dings, you know what I mean? A couple of scratches.
It was a journeyman vintage.
Seriously, looking at it, I was like, the first thing that went through my mind is like, I don't know, that headstock logo looks a little fake. It looked a little too crisp. And me and Derek were both kind of looking at each other, and then we
Was somebody
pulled it
selling
out.
this? Or they just brought it in to
He
see.
brought it in for us to see because
Yeah.
he's asking some crazy prices on it, but he's an all right dude, I think. So we pop that thing open, we get it out, and we're all holding it, and I go and get the black light, and I hit it on that boy. Dude, that mother was 100% original. I mean, everything on it was like glowing green. Like, it was perfect.
That's cool.
So then we go and plug that thing in, three-way switch, go and plug that thing in. Whew.
What'd you plug it into?
So at first I had plugged it into the 64 reissue hand-wired deluxe.
Yep.
That sounded good, but I couldn't really turn it up loud enough because people were talking to, and I didn't want to be an asshole.
yeah.
So I went and I plugged into the M80 with the reverb in it just to have some dirt. I wanted a little bit of grit. Oh my
Amazing.
God. Dude.
Did it did the thing where like all the harsh frequencies are gone from those old Strats? They're gone.
The neck pickup sounded dope. The middle pickup sounded dope. It was the most well-balanced vintage
Would
Strat
you
I've
even
played.
bother with a 5-way switch in a Strat like that?
I could get 2 and 4.
Oh, because you could just.
I mean, the switch was that stiff that you could lock it in. It was
Weird. That's
no
wild,
problem.
man. So what has it just not just taken that good care of? You think?
He said it came from a place in Vegas that it was stored in this house for years and years and years, just hung in it, and all these famous people would come and stay in this mansion. The mansion was taken down, and they finally sold the guitar, I think, and he was able to talk to the guy to get his hands on it. That's a very long story short, but tons of people had apparently tried to buy the guitar, and he would never sell it, and he sold it to this dude. The guitar, though, was, I mean, it was really good. The Let me grab.
And you said it was a 1960.
About as
1960.
close as you can get
As
to out of the factory.
I mean, it was perfect, dude. Like the.
I mean, this is pretty darn close to perfect.
So, you know how on all vintage stuff, vintage Fenders at least, you got this issue all the time.
Yeah.
This thing had enough clearance on the sides.
Didn't do it.
Didn't matter. It had the original frets. I mean, it was
Probably
slab
in good
board,
shape.
thick. Yeah. Oh, I mean, incredible shape. Like it made
So
me.
didn't need to refret or anything. It was ready to roll.
It made me realize, like, oh, vintage fret wire isn't that bad. Like, it's not as bad as I think it is.
It's not when it's all right, when everything is like, I mean, we've had a few custom shops come in with good, good setups in the vintage fret wire, and it's a different beast, but it's good,
Yeah.
What's up, Mark?
Me too.
Man, that's
Yeah.
that's impressive. Man, I hate I missed that.
I mean, dude,
Dang.
it was better than the Hendrix Strat that we got to play. Like that black one. Like that one was good. That was
Do
the
you want to
only
even
other
say what the dude wanted for it on live stream? Can you say?
He joked about $100,000.
Oh no.
It's not a $100,000 guitar.
Nah.
We could find comparable options lower, obviously way lower. But man, I told him, I was like, dude, I don't want to let this thing out of my sight. Like it was bad. So I bought it. No, I'm kidding.
It's right. I have it right now, and his body is in my trunk. That's why I was late.
I killed him. That's why I was like, I was
Cain
up
and Abel
all
story.
night tossing and turning, thinking about how I'm gonna buy a vintage Strat. I mean, it was dude, though. That was that's gonna torment me for a long time. That was bad news.
Arthur, this is an aside, but it's worth answering. What is your opinion of the red clay strays?
Oh, the red clay strays ripped, dude.
They're awesome. I
don't listen religiously.
I was gonna say they're on my list to like deep dive listen, but everything I've heard from them and seen, I really enjoy a lot. So, and our pal Eddie Notvolt has done a few things with the old red clay strays, and he loves them. And if he loves them, that's probably good enough for me. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, pretty awesome.
I like it.
Man, I'm just sad that I missed that.
I hate you missed it too.
Because that's like.
We've had, it's like...
You're telling me Baxter interrupted my lesson to take a picture of a delightful fan from Buffalo, but not for a 1960s Strat. Fail.
So oh man, that's around the time it was all going down too.
Oh, I would have cut.
That's a bummer.
No, I had sweet Liam in my lessons, and Liam is he's one of the best. Can't leave him.
I got a feeling we're gonna see the guitar again. I think he's gonna bring it in so we can do some video stuff on it. If you get, I mean, it is, Baxter's like, man, never seen you sit down and play like that. And I was like, well, I had to put on my home playing on it. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't, I was like, no, it's not a guitar you do that with. I was like,
No.
it's special,
Special.
It's like, whoa.
Okay. Now, something important. Juan Mayer, justice for Juan. That was Daniel Thornton's comment. And a very good comment.
Tom Beatty said someone needs to explain.
So basically, there's the imposter you all know, John Mayer, and then there's Juan Mayer, who you just need to go look at his Instagram account. But basically, John Mayer's stolen everything he's ever done.
Your body's a wonderland.
My favorite one is the do all the things that are fun.
That's the best one.
Oh my
I
God.
just struggle to remember all of them because he's so damn funny. It's like
So anyways, he's like, he's John Mayer, but he's Juan Mayer. You get it? And his whole thing is justice, just bringing John Mayer to musical justice. It's hilarious. If you haven't found him, you got to just go watch him. And he's also an incredibly good-looking man in real life, which is upsetting, as Baxter would say. But dude, it's so fun. I mean, I guess you have to have be a guitar player and care at all, or be aware of John Mayer to think it's funny. But it's
pretty
funny. Ned's got it.
This morning, so go watch it.
The Wonderland.
After the live stream.
Oh yeah, is it coming out today? Our Juan Mayer. So it's out.
Have y'all seen the clip where he finds the bug in his house? And it's literally like a microphone taped to a plane. And he's like, I found your bug, John.
He's like in a recording studio and he's getting all the people's names wrong.
I mean, it's just great. I mean, like even when like he was at the Kaiser Capo booth, which you'll see in the video if you go watch the video. But I mean, he even in character, like totally, and then like using John Mayer songs in his little speech he's given. I mean, it was impressive.
It was pretty great. The amount of John Mayer songs he could fit into what he was saying was what was really funny. It's like he just kept riffing them in.
Got Daniel Klein, Port City. Good morning, sir. Tom wants to know, has Chip Single when you release a Gold Sky signature Les Paul? I mean, they should. I don't know if they has. But yeah. Let's see. Who said something just shipped? Oh, Liam says his Chase Bliss mystery box just shipped.
Ooh, I almost bought a mystery box, but instead I bought the Chase Bliss. What is it? Generation Loss Mark II.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like, oh, the mystery box, and I was like, well, I've always wanted a Generation Loss. Maybe I just spend the same money and get that now.
What's up, Tony? Tony's been a member for 22 months.
I saw
which is
that.
kind of insane.
That's pretty dope.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks,
We
Tony.
appreciate that. Speaking of mystery boxes, I think Ned got his own little mystery box.
He did.
It was late, but hopefully it was worth the wait. There were all sorts of treasures in there. We won't disclose everything.
You'll just have to wait to get your own. And I got a feeling over the course of time, a lot of you guys are going to get your own kind of mystery boxes. In a way,
In a way.
It's a special moment.
It is absolutely secrets. That's all we're going to say about it.
Did anybody receive Christmas cards? I know we sent some Christmas cards.
Oh, yeah.
out
Did
to
you guys get
customers.
any?
I
Yeah.
hadn't heard
We
if
sent
anybody-
some out. We got some back.
Okay.
Some of the addresses, apparently they don't live there anymore or something, But
I
we
mean,
sent them
obviously,
out.
so,
So
well,
Anybody got a Christmas
Yes.
card from us? Pipe up in the comments.
we're not crazy. Like, I feel like we have not, we're not always pushy enough about getting people's information. So that's hard on the.
well, you know how, and it's kind of like our newsletter and stuff like that too. Some people are afraid to give their emails away, and I get that because I'm one of those people. So I don't like to ask or push.
Yeah, no,
for that.
exactly. Same.
But we also don't spam you. Like, we're not going to send you random BS all the time. Like, we're going to send you these really cool newsletters that are like typed out
a newsletter and occasionally a coupon or an offer for
coupon
like
or an offer.
something.
But it's
nothing
not
crazy.
like you're getting that every day. It's like
Not me. I'm gonna send them stuff on Trump coin. I see people buying Trump coin.
you got to go buy some Trump coin
could
for
make
Derek.
tons of money. You never
This
know.
is not.
You could never.
He's never going to financially recover from this.
I'm coming out with my own meme coin. It's fine. Why not? Greg McFadden says
Rob
US
coin?
Rob coin.
That's a
Robert
Rob
coin.
coin.
Rob Therium.
No, it's not a pump and dump.
No, it's fine. It's very legit. It's the future of information. I don't know how it all works. I don't know. Greg says the U.S. mail is not delivering from China anymore, except letters and small packages. Good luck getting chipsons delivered by mail right now. That's kind of sad.
Fried taters. He says bye. Why you say bye, man?
Bye, fried taters.
He's probably saying bye about the Nashville thing. Or I didn't know if it was like, I didn't know if the political talk got him fired up.
that
I was
wasn't
like, don't
political
worry,
talk.
man.
We're just
I know.
kinda,
I was like, we're just BSing. Yeah.
I mean, that's
Now, Jonathan has liquidated all of his funds into Trump coin. That is real.
That's different.
That's different, though.
That was just a financial decision. Listen, Tom says road to 100K giveaway. We do need to do another one.
I think we're gonna
getting behind a little bit, but
Well, I think we're gonna change how we do it. I don't know. Like, I want it to. We haven't really talked about this, and this is more of an open air conversation now that you're seeing. I think we should figure out a way. I want it to really be dedicated to people who like are real big fans of this. Like doing the thing for Ned
Like
was
you
really
guys,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, like, and maybe we shift it. Maybe we do something different and just make it more just a live stream thing. And I'm okay with investing like my own gear and stuff to do that, to do something fun.
because
like,
the truth is, if it's not going to actually make us get subscribers, we might as well go to you guys.
well, it's kind of like I'd rather you guys, or like somebody who is invested, and you're like, oh,
Hey,
shit, man.
this guy says just keep sending stuff to Ned. Perfect.
It's brilliant.
Done. New gear. We'll call it New Gear Ned Day. New Gear Ned. Let's see. We should figure out a way to get all the winnings to Tom Beatty. You never know. You never know. Everyone might get some stuff, and especially a DVD player.
Ned
today.
needs a DVD. I wonder why he needs a DVD player.
Hey, I'm okay with laser engraved casino coins for us to give away.
That'd be kind of cool. We did have a casino poker
We
chip.
had a casino poker chip in the special run of the Pit Shark.
Yep.
From
I was thinking,
more doable poker chips.
yeah.
you know, if we had to talk about something that is a rarity of casino guitars, I think the DVD COAs, which I think there are only 3 of in existence, and Ned has one of them now. And then the poker chip. And then there's something else that we've like rarely done.
Tom says we should have casino guitars honey picks, and I kind of am into that idea. That could be done. That could absolutely be done. You know what I mean? Jose says no shade. Appreciate the transparency. No, yeah. Well, thank you. You know, we like you guys. Kevin Walsh, good morning, sir. Jack Stowe wants 2 updates here in a row from Jack and our pal, Homegrown Son, who I think said it was at his. Are you at some kind of maybe not a treatment, but a study or something today? Anyways, Jack says, can we get a Neon Rooster update? Well, we've been putting the Neon Rooster to a lot of use actually. Been a lot of recording, a lot of rehearsing, a lot of. I think there's actually I don't know how top secret it is. There's a video shoot going on this weekend. So stay tuned. There's stuff for that. With actually,
And I think
some
we're
pretty cool
gonna do
bands.
something on the Fender Standard series on Monday filming.
I think Monday we're going to do the Fender Standard Series stuff Monday there. Yeah, you know, so it's plugging along.
We're having
The
fun.
Neon Rooster has been you know, Derek is graciously
Yeah.
making all our dreams come true with the Neon Rooster.
Derek takes his hose.
That's right. That's right.
The shagging pad.
And then update on Ohms. Man, we saw Ohms at NAMM. So that was cool. First time I ever got to meet him in person.
It was cool.
And see his face, which was kind of shocking.
It was shocking. I was like, what? That's what you
Not
look
because
like?
of his face. He was just like this little guy, not little guy, but this guy grabs me from behind. He's like, let's whisper on my ear. He's like, I'm Ohms. And I was like, whoa, what?
I am the keeper of
It took a minute to register. The only sadness is we didn't really get to see him. We hung out with him for a while that day.
We got so busy.
Well, then we had to go to an appointment, the Dumble thing, and then we never really hooked up with him again. But it was awesome to see him, and I think he was having a lot of fun because I think a lot of folks were recognizing him, like YouTube channels and stuff, who know him from his Instagram, the Guitars on the Beach stuff. So that was cool. You know,
It was cool.
but that was the Ohm update. Mayor McShee's, I think, custom poker chips out of wood would be fantastic. William Robinson said, glad you guys are home. But Sean's leaving again. He's about to hit the road. You want to talk about hitting the road?
Yes. So I'm going to Nashville, Tennessee to see Grace Bowers, as Bill said.
It would be more fun if it was like Nashville, like somewhere else.
Nashville, North Carolina.
Nashville, West Virginia.
There is a Nashville, North Carolina, and there is nothing there.
They're all over. I mean, there's multiple ones, you know. But
so I'm going to Nashville, and
Plug the show.
we're going to. I need to see the exact dates. There's 2 shows. I'm playing with my wonderful friend Chelsea, and she's awesome. I'm playing with her band. I'm playing bass in her band called Moon Transmissions.
Moon Transmissions. And Chelsea's done some pretty awesome stuff. Like she's played with some pretty major players.
So there's 2 gigs. The first one they haven't announced yet, so I'm gonna hold off on announcing that one. But it's on the 18th or 19th, I believe. Maybe
Is that one private or is it open to the public?
I think it's a private.
Private event.
I'm not exactly sure all the details on that, but we'll have one more live stream, so I'll let you know if you're around. But on February 27th, we're playing 3rd and Lindsley in Nashville. Doors are at 6 p.m. And we got Danielle Cotton, Sound and Shape, and Amanda Cross that we're playing with.
Beautiful. That's a great venue. You know, that was always one of my favorite places to see shows in
I'm
Nashville.
excited. I've been working on bass lines. I've never seen that place before either, so
It's awesome, dude.
I'm excited.
It used to be like the Wooten brothers played there like
Yeah.
every week, like on Monday, like Victor Wooten and Reggie
that's
Wooten.
cool.
All sorts of good stuff. I've seen all sorts of fun things there. I saw the Rival Sons there, which was an amazing show. If you've never seen them live, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, no, that's a great place, man. That's a really great place.
What does suck, I was telling this to Johnny yesterday, we usually go to Nashville together. So now it's like it's just going to be me. I'm kind of bummed.
It'll be sad. You can walk around and think about me. What's that one, the meme of the guy? He's just standing there with his hands behind his back, like looking. He's alone in all the places. That'll be Sean.
That is going to be me.
That'll be Sean there in Nashville alone. Yeah, there it is, man. That's a killer room, dude. That is a great room to play. That'll be fun. Bless you,
It will
dude.
be fun. There's going to be a couple other things that we're doing there. I don't know exactly all the details, but it sounds like it's going to be
Mostly
fun.
a lot of drugs,
A lot of drugs.
a lot of drinking.
In between, though, my plans are I'm going to go to, what's the name of the Mythos guys?
High voltage.
I'm going to go to the high
Listen,
voltage
D.
shop.
Spalding has the best idea.
Give it to me.
He wants to send you to Nashville's premier vintage store, Nashville Used Music on Millville Pike. Derek, you've been there? Yeah. Derek's been there.
Now I've gotta go.
You gotta go. Listen, there's people who love Nashville Used Music, and it's cool, but it is you just need to go. You just need to go and report back.
Well, I'm going to go do that. I'll go do that. I got to make like a list. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to High Voltage. I'm going to go. I've never been to Gruen's, surprisingly.
Okay, so you should go there.
I've never been to
We didn't
Rumble
go.
Seat.
We went to Carter.
I love Carter. Like
Yeah,
I've
I
always
too.
gone to Carter.
Yeah,
So, like I
for
think
sure.
that's cool.
Gruen's would be cool though. Gruen's would be fun. Rumble Seat would be cool.
Yeah.
You should go to Corner Music.
I've never been there.
You know, you should just do, if you have a day like by yourself, you should just go to all. You should even go to Guitar Center. The Guitar Center over there.
I haven't been to any of that. I
Or
think I
Mr.
need to
Tony
spend a day
Higbee.
where I just Uber around and do that stuff. Or I have my car, so I guess I can
Yeah,
drive.
I mean, there's all
I'm
sorts of
gonna
good stuff.
go to the Gibson garage and harass Mark. I'm gonna text him before
Uncle
I go
Mark?
and be like, Uncle Mark, I'm coming through. I'm gonna aggravate the hell out of you. You want to hang out? And be like, no.
Listen. This is a live idea for you guys. You know how I was telling you last night that I was gonna maybe. We got a guy here we love. His name's Dan Dinkins that does great work. You know, on like guitars. He refretted my Red Telly. He refretted the 78 Deluxe.
I know where you're going with this.
But it did occur to me to ask our BFF Mark, how much fun would it be to send my 335 to Gibson and have them just be like, BAM! Put it in tip top. Gibson approved.
It'd be pretty sick.
Shit.
It'd be pretty sick.
I mean, if it didn't take like 6 months.
Let's say they got a new set of those PAFs that they drop in there too.
Oh, that'd be weird. I mean, you know, if they have to, that's fine. And listen, if it was going to take 6 months and they wanted to give me a custom shop, any ES thing, anything to play in the meantime, they could do that.
God, there's so much Gibson news. I don't want to jinx anything.
I don't know.
But because you know how close it could be, it could work.
Don't even think
could
about
work.
it. Don't even say it out loud. No, I think. But
could
I don't know.
work.
Maybe you need to float that to our pal Mark when you see him.
I think I'm gonna go hang out with them, and I'm gonna. I think all those nervous little butterflies, all those sweet little emotions have left me after going to NAMM and being baptized and the YouTubedom and just hanging out
Sweet
with
little.
people as if it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna talk to Mark and be like, hey, I know I was awkward before, Mark, but this time, let's just go get hammered.
I'm normal now. It's me. I'm here.
Let's get shitty
Just give me
drunk.
another chance.
Let's wear sunglasses at 12 in the middle of the day. And let's walk around downtown and talk shit.
I mean, that's what you do. And if you can do that with Slash, I want you to do that with Mark and Slash.
Uncle Slash, what are you doing here?
That's the best things. And like when Mark's talking about him, he's like, you know.
I mean, honestly, this is gonna sound messed up, but if I met Slash, I do think I'd just be kind of like, what's up, dude? Like, I don't know. I just never idolized Slash that way, that I'd just be like, cool, let's hang out.
Let's see. Lexington Daniel said he'd love to see a Strat unboxing video. Let's see. Is your guitar supposed to be here? We'll check on it. Lexington Daniel. Shoot us an email and remind us that this afternoon, or anytime after the live stream, and we will go and see what's up. Because yeah, most of the stuff is running ahead right now. So if it's behind, it might need a little, you know, we might need to say to the custom shop, hey,
A little pat on the ass, if you know what I mean.
Let's get it done. Let's be done. Yeah, kind of cool. But no, it would be cool to go to high voltage. Somebody's talking about high voltage. I bet honestly, you would find stuff you loved at Nashville Used Music. Noblesville Pipe. It's just like it basically is like a giant pawn shop, but only music gear. You know.
Is that the place we went to buy those V picks that one time?
No.
You remember where was that place? Because that place had. Maybe I shouldn't say all that. Well, you haven't said the name yet. Yeah. It had that vibe. It was like
times 100.
Oh,
that place is totally different. That was in that was a different place. But and I can't remember what the name of that thing was. That's when we were on the hunt for slides, right?
Yes.
That was we went with the time that Sean went with me, and I was playing at the Ryman with old Robbie Cummings. I literally dropped my favorite ceramic slide the night before, jamming with my buddy Keenan, broke it. And so then we were on a mission to find a new one. And that's how we ended up at that place. So, you know. But there you go.
That's right.
Bob Whiting just wants a drunken bachelorette. Like, you want him to bring her home to you? That'd be tricky.
That would be tricky.
Maybe video.
We could box her up and send her.
Here you go. Here you go. William Robinson says check out his cousin Deborah when you're in Nashville. William, is she playing? She like playing downtown and stuff? Or you just mean she's just hot? She's hot in general.
She's pretty hot.
Listen, this reminds me, one time, I'm not saying you're saying this, but one time I went to play.
Sounds like that's what he's saying.
I went to play this place called, God, what was it called? It was some generic, like, country fest or something in Hamler, Ohio. Derek, do you know where Hamler, Ohio is?
No.
It was out in the middle of nowhere. They were, like, some, you know, pretty country individuals. And we're out there, right, and we're going to play this, like, rodeo fair kind of vibe. But I think it was just a music festival. And this guy's got, like, his niece out there. And he's like, come here, darling. And he's like, it was so awkward. He's like, look at her, fellas. She can show a steer. And we were like, oh.
I've been in one of these situations before. And I was asked, why don't you want to date her? And I was like, well, she's like 14.
This girl was like, had to be like 15 or 16.
Yes.
It was the most uncomfortable
That's weird.
I've ever been.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of like, it was just weird.
What's wrong
It
with
was
people?
like showing a steer, like, you guys want to bid? And I was like, oh, man, okay. But, you know.
Well, and I mean, the thing, too, is, like, you have a daughter yourself. And imagining you saying that to anybody is, like, impossible. Like, you would never do that. That's weird as fuck. There's no other way around it.
Okay. Tom wants to know if you have a wedding date.
We have a wedding-ish date.
Wedding-ish date.
We've been talking about this a lot the last week at home. She wants to do it in September. I just keep telling her, like, it's whatever you want to do. I don't care. You can do whatever. She's like, you're just steamrolling this. You don't want to. I was like, I literally told you, it's whatever you want to do. Like, we can do anything. My only thing was we can't eat wedding cake. That's the only thing I've had any say on. I don't care. She was like, well, why? And she got upset about it. She was like, why can't we have wedding cake? And I was like, because it's a tradition that my uncle started. Okay?
That there's no wedding cake?
No.
You don't have it or you don't eat it?
If you eat wedding cake, boys, and the boys here will understand, the clam will close up.
Oh.
That is the secret. So you have to eat any other kind of dessert but wedding cake.
Okay.
Ice cream cake?
It could be anything.
I mean, we did the dumb thing where
Just
you
not
put the
wedding
little
cake.
top part in your freezer and you're supposed to eat it on your, like, 1 year. That was dumb. I mean, we did it. It was fine.
She doesn't like that, though. And I told her, it's like, hey. Now, here's the thing that we are dealing with. We're trying to find a venue. And I'm like, there's going to be like 100 people. I wanted to be way more, but the problem is like we're way too broke to go like nuts. But I would love to be able to invite like some of you guys, invite weird people.
I might, let's talk about this after. I might have an idea for a wedding venue for you that's not crazy expensive, that you can have as many people as you want. Let's talk about it.
Well, the other issue then is also the food.
No, I know.
Damn it.
When we got married, my sweet, sweet wife's sweet, sweet, sweet Nana, who's no longer with us, sadly, she was awesome. her and her friends, because we were poor, we were 21, and they were like, we're gonna cater, and she just got this like dream team of little old ladies together, and they just cooked, and it was awesome. It was like mac and cheese and like everything your grandma makes that you're like, yes.
The food that you want, you know what I mean? That's my thought.
So like, I mean, you know, we did. I mean, obviously it was quite a while ago, but we did our very.
But I don't want to give people like whenever it's like a seated plate and you get chicken dinner or whatever. Fuck that, dude. Like we're gonna do buffet style.
No, that's kind of what we did, and it was awesome. And it was just like, man. I mean, we had all the little hors d'oeuvre things too, but they made them and they were fantastic. But anyways, let's see. Jack says, technical question: are you running humidifiers, and what's your ideal level? I've got a couple going and shooting for 35%. We do run them at night. And we have the little hygrometers. In my brain, ideal is between 45 and 55. I think I saw Tom or somebody say 55 and 65. You know, I mean, if you let your guitar acclimate to what it normally is in your house and you're comfortable, it's probably okay. But I think ideal is like 45 to 55. Probably more important for acoustics, obviously, than electrics.
What are you talking about? I just set mine next to the air vent.
That's fine.
It does the same thing, right?
Especially when the heat's blowing on it.
Yeah, it's the same thing. That's what a humidifier does, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. 35 is probably a little dry. But I could be wrong. My information could be outdated.
That's pretty rough, but it could probably make it through that.
Yeah, Tom says it's 55 to 65. I had in my head 45 to 55, like I said, but, you know, anywhere around that 50 mark has always been what I kind of ideally want to shoot for. So there you go.
Real quick, just running back to the Nashville thing. If any of you guys happen to be in Nashville from the 18th through the 28th, shoot us an email or a text, and I'll try and meet up with you, and maybe we'll hang out at a guitar shop or something. I'm cool with doing that. That'll be fun.
William says Deborah's old enough too.
He did say earlier on, he was like, oh, she's hot. Like with exclamation points. I was like, oh, he means like hot.
I mean,
I love it.
Forget that wedding date. You got to check out Deborah first. I like it. I like it. Seeing the honey sticker there is funny. Oh, yeah. Honey Picks. It's a Honey Picks sticker. Honey. It's, you know, I have a little smattering of stickers. Way Huge, Honey Picks, Casino Guitars, Brown Amplification, and Interstellar Audio. Those are my little stickers. Those are my stickers. So, you know.
Thanks.
Jay says he loved our NAMM content. Top tier. Thank you, Jay. There's more coming. Juan Mayer was today. Was it Brown Box still coming, Derek? We got a couple. Oh, Derek's gone.
Oh, yeah. He's gone.
He's gone. Bathroom break.
Disappeared.
We're on union time here, boys. No, yeah, no, we got more stuff coming. I know there's way more that
we haven't even done the wood wire and volt stuff yet. Like there's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty. There's plenty. Plenty of stuff. Sean Brooks says the laptop's one of the last bastions of places to put stickers. It's true. It's true. William says invite him to Nashville and he'll be there. I think it's an open invitation.
Invite me and I'm there. Well, I mean, yeah, dude. Come
on
out. Yeah.
Come on.
It's so worried to me, dude.
Let's see. Jose says, do we stock Martin or only Taylor? We actually have a ton of Martins, and we all love Martins. And the Martins have continued, luckily, of being amazing. Lots of new orders from NAMM for Martins as well. So those will be trickling in. And
new Taylor stuff here too.
We got new Taylor stuff, but no, we have plenty of Martin stuff. Man, and it's really good. I was talking to Baxter about the changes in what were the 15, the Mahogany series. They're going up in price quite a bit, but after I heard what they're doing, I think it's probably worth it. Yeah. Because before on those 15, now they're going to be the 17 series, so it's a little more historically accurate, and you get the hand carved necks now, like you do with all the other USA made Martins.
I'm excited to play one of those because that's one of my favorite Martins. I just want the neck to be a little bit bigger,
I mean, that might be the deal. I mean, because you're still talking about like $2,200 guitar that's made in the U.S. That's all solid wood. Pretty awesome. You're gonna have the same bracing and stuff now. Before you didn't. And listen, the other ones were great too. The other great thing is there's so many of those out there, and I feel like you're gonna get them super reasonably used now. you know, or like new old stock when the new ones come out. So,
Yeah.
You know, there you go. John Washburn says Martin keeps their shop at 45%. So there you go. I'm with Jeremy Baker. He says, man, I miss Summer NAMM. I wish they'd bring it back. I enjoy Summer NAMM too. And another, you know, I always enjoyed it when I was in Nashville, and now it was a good excuse to go to Nashville. What's the NAMM after party situation? Party on Leo's, Chris, Kraft, Connie are the thing of legend. Oh, yeah. Any of that still going on? There's some after party situations, but I feel like it's more just
Debauchery.
well, there's that, but
It gets rough. Nah, I don't know. There's a couple of things like that. There was a lot of jams. I wish we could have made it more jams.
I will, or any. But no, we kept so busy. Yeah. Plus, when you have to start so early, like if we hadn't been going all day every day, we've done more. Maybe that's just me getting old.
Mission for this year, though, is if there is a Summer NAMM announcement or any kind of thing like that that comes up in the summertime, we gotta go. We gotta do some late night jams. We gotta get out there.
We gotta get out there, boys. We gotta get out there. Jonathan, any lesson videos planned? You know what? I was just thinking that we have not done a lesson video in quite a while. So yeah, man, if there's anything particular you want to hear, I don't ever think about those things until like the day of, and I'm like, what will we teach today? And then we do them, with the rare exceptions of the few where there were suggestions. So if you got something you want particularly, tell me, and maybe we'll shoot it this afternoon.
Let them know.
We'll get to it. The only thing about it coming out is we got a ton of NAMM stuff, and like Sean said, the wood wire and bolt's still in the queue, so it might be a week or two before it comes out, but we could get a shot. D. Spalding says, Jonathan, do you remember Old Midtown? I do remember Old Midtown. I remember all sorts of things, like Santa's Pub.
I remember everything.
All sorts of fun things.
Johnny remembers
that have changed.
Everything.
It's all changed. But yeah, it's all different. Sean won't know the glory of early 2000s Nashville.
You know what we need to do?
2000s Nashville.
We need to go, and I think we need to go hang out and spend a day with JD Simo.
I think we could do that.
I think we could too. I think he'd be cool enough to be like, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. And like, we won't put the precipice on video content. I want to be like, let's just go hang out.
I want to hear JD's stories because like this goes back to Old Midtown. Like I saw JD. I'm standing there with my buddy Ryan, Will Sanford, our dear pal. Who's a great drummer.
Yeah, dude. You told me this story recently.
I'll tell you guys this story because it was wild. Like so, you know, back then JD Simo, he had his trio was called Simo, which it might still be. I don't know, but anyways, you could see him around Nashville a lot. You know, like I remember going to watch him at like Mercy Lounge one time, and it was like killer. So I'd seen him a handful of times, and then he was supposed to play a set at Soul Shine Pizza, which, you know, sort of right there in Midtown. And like you go upstairs and there was this little stage and it's sort of outdoor because it's open. There was a whole debacle there because people built all these condos because it was cool music venues. And they're like, oh my God, there's loud music. Anyways, this is before all that.
This has got to stop.
This might have caused that. So anyways, JD is set up playing with his trio. Got his Marshall, big like 100-watt Marshall head. A vintage one, by the way.
Like a man.
And this was when he, you know, JD, you go to see him, and it was the 335, and it was the Marshall, and the Super Lead or whatever. And that was it. Bass player's there, drummer's there. They're doing sound check. There's some talk about him being too loud. I mean, he was loud. I mean, it was crazy loud, right? Because he's in this Marshall, and he's cranked up, and he's not using pedals, you know. But the Marshall was on the side stage, like doing like a side fill kind of thing. So it wasn't that bad. But the sound guy obviously didn't dig it. So they're playing, it's loud. Sound dude comes out, walks up to the stage, and unplugs his speaker cabinet. What the fuck? And the amp goes, and I think the amp, I mean, you know, that's bad, right? Especially running it a Marshall full up, and then you yank the speaker cable. But man, he was so upset that he just like left. Like JD just walked off. And I mean, obviously he was pissed. And I mean, how would you not have been? But I'd love to. And we all stood around. I remember we were just like in shock. And then we're thinking like, is he coming back? And the bass player and the drummer are still kind of like playing. The bass player's like doing his Patty thing, you know, or like
Dude.
It was just like, whoa, did this guy just ruin his vintage Super Lead or whatever? Like, man.
I was out there. Somebody did that shit to me. And I told you this the other day.
I really
beat
think
somebody's ass.
I think the only reason that he had to leave was to keep for violence, probably. But I would love to be like, JD, what happened, man? Like, and what was the aftermath of that? It was crazy. But it would be fun to hang out with him just to ask about. I bet he's got crazy stories,
Hang on. I just wanted people to see this because this is amazing. Hi guys, you all right? That's just funny. I think that should be what it is. Like, I'm actually going to shoot a whole vlog series where it's like I'm trying to make it, but I just keep, like, walking into guitar shops just being like, listen, I got this song. Can you sit down for 5 minutes while I play? Like, trying to pitch my song to guitar employees. No,
you should try to make it, but only in music shops.
Yes.
Guys, I'm going to make it. Then
So,
just have a whole thing.
Do you know anybody at RCA?
You guys got any of them record deals?
Come on.
Just
listen. I got this song. It goes like this.
Sean Brooks says, okay, we got some questions. Sean Brooks says, when you play live, do you bring a backup tube amp? I have done that before in the past.
If you're JD Simo, no, you do not.
How many vintage Marshalls can you have? Unless you're Joe Bonamassa. I always bring a sad little modeler in case my amp dies. You know what I mean? Like, so like I have a either the UA Woodrow in my gig bag, or I'll have in my little case with my brown box for my real tube amp, I have a little cutout for the Tonex. So if any of that stuff died, I could just be like, bam, and it would get me through the gig. I have had to play gigs where I had to go direct because my amp died with like a distortion pedal or like an overdrive. I remember I vividly remember my amp dying at this club, having to finish the gig plugged in direct, and at the time, this was years and years ago, I had an OCD, like an old school one of the old
click,
and it was like the fizziest, most god awful sound that you've ever heard, but it was better than the flat, clean direct.
It's gotta be.
So I keep to me that's the beauty of some of those things is having them as you don't have to bring a whole nother amp, but
if the sound guy loved you. And depending on the board, most boards now, most have it to where you could actually use an effect, like plug in, where it is like an amp.
You could have some kind of like,
but if they gotta care enough to want to be like,
to want to do it, and then you were at the total mercy. I tell you, almost equally as bad as that, as I was playing this rock gig one time, and I was using my 410 Bassman. It was just a reissue, black and tweed, but the club was like volume Nazi, so it was like on 1.5, and my pedal board died, and I just had this horrible no sustain clean tone the whole time. But what are you gonna do?
That's okay.
Things happen. Things happen. But anyway, so that is my you same thing
I was
for you.
Gonna say,
like,
as a degenerate, I don't take anything. I don't even have a pedal that'll get me there. All my pedals sound like dog dude. Like I'm gonna be like in trouble.
It'll happen sooner or later. It'll happen.
No,
I mean, there used to be like, bring extra tubes, bring all this stuff, but I mean, there's only so much you can do. Jonathan, are you going to the Crossroads? Yes, I'm signing the papers soon. Maybe I'm finally looking forward to being able to play. No, I'm just kidding. I think Rob is talking about there's a Crossroads, like this blues intensive thing that you go to, and we were kind of talking about throwing out the idea of me going and us filming it.
Is Derek Clipton there?
Yes. They only play Derek Clipton covers.
Never mind. I'm out. And for that reason, I'm out.
But no, I think, when you're heading back there, is there another like class thing going on, or are you just going to hang out this time? Because I'm sure there's music around all the time. But anyways, so hopefully, JD should in fact have a band that says Simo Says. That should be the name of a JD Simon band. Instead of Simon Says, Simo Says. I get it. Despawning, yes, Soulshine was fun for the brief little time that it was like really, really popping. Yeah, you should go out to Loveless Cafe. Greg says go out to Loveless Cafe. They got great biscuits.
What we could do too is whenever I'm out there, we could still live stream.
We could.
It's not like I'm gonna be doing anything, and I'll be an hour behind, so I'll just It'll be early enough that I shouldn't have anything going on. I'll just hit y'all up.
Todd Roy, Sean is going to Nashville to try his hand at a Dwight Yoakam tribute band. Have you noticed his pants are getting tighter and tighter, but big at the bottom? That'd be amazing.
I used to know how to play fast as you.
What do you mean used to know how to play? It's a staple. You got to know it. It's good. I've played that a bunch of times, and it's a great song. No, he's gonna play some shows with our friend Chelsea and her band Moon Transmissions. He's gonna play some bass. So yeah, that's it. And then he'll be back. Sean following his dreams, and his dreams are going to a bachelorette party.
That is what it is.
There are plenty of bachelorette parties happening. Plenty.
You know how it is.
You know.
That's a Clapton impersonation.
Despotting, yes, that I was there for that. It was wild. I need to like talk to Ryan and a bunch of my friends were there. I feel like Adrian was there too, actually. Adrian was there. I'm just having a memory. So Adrian was there, Will was there. I need to see what their recollection of that night was. Because in my brain, I'm trying to remember if I've made it like him storming off bigger than it was, but I feel like it was pretty, I mean, yeah, it was bad.
I mean, I couldn't see him
bad.
like, casually leaving after that.
No, I'm trying to remember if he took his guitar off with him. I think he did, but man. Yeah, Tom, it was rough. It was rough behavior. The dude didn't go up and turn his amp off or turn it down. He like just yanked the friggin' speaker cable. Bad. Lexington Daniel, man, you can play straight into a reissue basement if they let you turn it up past 1. And it still is actually a good tone on 1. It's just not a, singing lead tone. But yeah, no, I mean, that's one of my favorite amps, and I think they sound amazing straight in. But you got to have a little volume, and this was not a little volume situation. Hi from England. Thoughts on the Jag? That's a nice one, but it would be too limited as a main guitar. How are the controls on the fly? I never seem to see anyone playing the neck above the 15th fret. Well, I had a Jaguar that was one of my main guitars a long time ago, and it is kind of funky above the 15th fret.
What do you need to go above 15 for anyways?
That was kind of what I found.
Playing rock and roll, dog.
That was kind of what, but man, they sound amazing. I prefer Jag pickups to Jazzmaster pickups, but that's just me. And to be fair, mine was just the Player Series with the kind of overwound pickups back in the day. Not the new Player Series, like the old that Mexico they came out with them. I can't remember what year that was.
New
That would have been
standard?
like the new standard. No, this would have been like
the old standard.
early 2000s, like I don't know, 07 or 08. But anyways, but it was a cool guitar.
I mean, I'd play the hell out of this.
I just think it
Easy to say.
would really just be it's just if it's your vibe, then I think you're fine with it being a main guitar.
I mean, I think we both agree that the weird part of this is maybe not the scale length as much as it is whenever you're bending, because like bends don't. It's not the same as bending on.
Well, there's not very much downward pressure on the
No.
bridge.
Not
And
at
so, like, you don't get a lot of, like, it's kind of like, and you find this, right, like playing slide. Like, the more string tension you have, the louder the fundamental note is. And the slinkier your strings are, there's just nothing you can do. The notes are just quieter. Yeah. And the same thing, like, when you go to bend on these and there's no pressure right here.
Yeah.
You don't get that sustained the same way. That's why they make that buzz stop thing that goes down here and pushes down and makes this angle more severe. But a lot of people argue that it changes it to not sound like a Jag because it's not a Jag sound anymore, which I think there's some merit in. But it stops all the because it gets buzzy down here too. Because
this may be another point to make too. My old lady heard me playing I got a Jazzmaster of the shops that I've been borrowing to write with. Right, it's a 61. It's a really badass guitar, but the same thing like Johnny was saying with this. Like you get all this noise down here, and you can hear it through the amp just a little bit too when you're playing. She can't stand it. She's like, oh, it's not good. Like I started playing my Strat, and she's like, see, that's better. So I don't know. Maybe it's like, because it never bothers me. Did it ever bother you hearing it? Like I'm never worried about it. I'm like,
no, not playing live. I mean, there would be times where it would kind of like just sitting around but you know, not really, not on any real level.
I could see in like a recording situation that being like, but I mean, you get a rag, you know, or something.
Well,
you can
yeah, it's
stuff
not that big a
bandana in
deal.
there or
To
something.
me, it was just more like finding the notes down here that are kind of buzzy and like you get some kind of bum notes most of the time,
Yeah, like
like that.
yeah,
You know?
you can hear the back note ringing
It's
more.
like, oh, okay, but that's just the nature of the beast. So yeah, if you were like shredding all the time up past the 15th fret, yeah, probably not your guitar. But
We're
if you're
gonna
playing
give
just rock and roll and you're not doing that,
You guys
fine.
hear that?
can you hear it? Can you hear it? Todd says he hopes you meet Uncle Larry. Todd also says we influenced him to buy a Player 2 Jazzmaster, which is a cool guitar. Super cool guitar, actually. There's one out there now in the shop that's great. How is the Bohemian Rhapsody cover coming along? We just talked about that yesterday. We were so busy with NAMM and then coming back from NAMM and
We're
all the
figuring
junk.
it out.
I feel like we're trying to reimagine it so that we actually do a cool job of it.
Nothing really matters.
But that could be what we do with all the Fender Standards junk on the when we share a video. Who knows? Sean, you look wonderful tonight. Oh no, it's not. You look wonderful tonight. He wants to hear it. You know, Sean Brooks, I had the HS Jag at one point. I think you had that black one, didn't you?
I had a Jazzmaster HS.
Jazzman. I had the HS Jag for a while, and it was okay. I actually like the one that was not the HS better.
Yeah, I had.
Oddly enough,
Yeah,
and they were the same series. I had that like kind of dark burgundy looking normal one, or like I guess it might be a candy apple red, and then I had the white same model. That's just the white one was the HS, and I actually ended up. I got the HS because I'd gotten rid of the candy apple red, and I was like, man, I kind of miss that guitar, and I traded a guy for it, and then it was like,
well, I had that Mexican that one with the HH, and I had I kind of hate that I got rid of that, but I'm also kind of like the HH thing compared to like just those big ass, Fender single coils that the Jazzmaster pickup is. It's just not the same, really. It's like a different guitar almost.
I mean, yeah, no, for sure, man. I mean, Government Chimp says, show me the gold top behind you. That is Derek's gold top. It is a 70s. There's a whole video we did on it and swapping it out, putting pickup covers on it. So if you want to see that up close, even closer than this, then go watch that video. But here it is. So this thing, all the wear and stuff is legit. It's actually pretty awesome. Pretty awesome guitar. And obviously it was a deluxe with the mini humbuckers. They just routed it out. So, D. Spalding says, Jonathan, I'm sure the two of us passed each other like a duo of drunk Adonises headed to Paradise Park for a Michelin star meal. Dude, it is almost for certain. Those were the days, right? Like old middle of the night Paradise Park. Your feet sticking to that nasty carpet while you order the little cheesy covered tater tots. Man, Derek, you probably did that too, didn't you?
What?
The late night Paradise Park, like nasty, like cheese covered foods. Yeah, sure. There's no way. Kind of amazing. Let's see. Mary McCheese says that's white noise to us. We don't even hear it, but the folks who don't play versus hearing live, it's what different stands out. Okay, I kind of get that with the Jag thing. Sean says the way I anchor my hand when I play jazz or jags, the saddle will push down and the screws twist up until it's all out of whack. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of little things. That's why people, I think, if I was gonna own one now, I'd probably put a mastery bridge on it.
In a heartbeat, dude.
That would be the way.
I've thought about getting one for that Jazzmaster just to, because I mean, it just drops in. You cut the strings off, and you can put just the bridge part on. Because I don't think, and I'm sure somebody will argue, be like, no, you gotta have the system down here too. I think you can get away with just the mastery here. And you fix a lot of those issues to where this not so much. And I like that it says Fender.
I kind of do too.
That's just me though.
Yeah, so you're saying just this part.
Yeah, just this, just the bridge.
The bridge and the saddles.
The saddles, yep. Not the trim system.
So the Mighty Woodrow says he played Bohemian Rhapsody as a graduation piece in college with a full choir. I mean, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Pretty awesome. I don't know what Hey Pocky Way is, but we can learn it. We're going to learn it. One day we're coming to Orange Beach and we're coming to New Orleans with our pal, William Robinson. Is the neck shimmed on that Jag? Can't find a luthier who specializes in offsets by me for my custom shop. I don't know if that one's got a shim or not.
This one does not have a shim. I set this up myself. We had 3, and I think I put a shim in the neck of Derek's because it needed it. This one didn't need it. And then Baxter's, I think Baxter's had the weirdest bridge setup. Like it was like, there's just so much noise coming from the bridge that I told him, I was like, that's the one he should get a mastery for. But I think Derek's was the only one that needed a shim. But once you did that, it was like perfect. It was like on it. So I mean, don't be afraid to do it yourself, It's not too crazy, If you want to get super serious with it, get some of that sticky sandpaper. It's got like sticky back on it, or you can like tape to it. You cut a little sliver of that off and it'll actually grab onto the wood. So then you're not worried about the shim bouncing and moving around whenever you're trying to put the neck back together. But you just cut off a little sliver, and wherever you feel like it needs to be, if it needs to be closer to the neck, or I guess closer to the body, or closer to the neck end of it, based on the angle. But I mean, you can see it usually whenever it needs it. I mean, this thing sits way up there. Look at that neck. That's far from needing a shim. You know what I mean? You can see the truss rod. You know what I mean? That's way out there. This would probably almost need to be shaved down a little bit. But we're not going to do any of that. That's crazy. Because it plays fine.
Old Mayor McCheese said, Mayor McCheese is going to send us, hey, Pocky Way. All right, that's good. Let's see. What was one of the best things I ever did for my guitar playing is start playing piano and drums. Anybody else dabble in other instruments and have the same experience? I think that's a fantastic thought process. Playing a little bit of piano, and I don't play piano at all, but just screwing around and understanding it, I think helps just musically, right? And then same thing, like messing around on mandolin or I've dabbled all sorts of things like that, and I think it's helpful. Drums are helpful because once you learn the more subtle rhythm things, it helps your playing a lot.
I am a
anything's good.
Firm believer in this, and this is a short story for you. I had a friend who was a way better musician than I was, and probably still am. He told me whenever we were in high school, I had bought a ukulele. This is like towards the tail end of high school, and he was like, "That's stupid. You're just wasting your time. You just need to focus on one instrument." It's kind of shitty about it. And his dad came up, who I really look up to his dad. His dad's awesome dude. He came up, and he was like, "Shut up." He's like, "You do whatever you want to do, man." That's one part of this story.
Then he slapped it. No.
Yeah, and then he slapped his son, and then he took my ukulele and broke it over his knee and said, "You guys are both gay," and then walked away. No,
True story.
He said all that, and it was like kind of got in my head, and then his dad came up and said that, and I was like, okay. I was like, whatever. I think the best way to get better at your primary instrument, because I do feel like guitar is my primary instrument, is to learn other instruments, because it makes me rethink about how I view the guitar and what it can do. And I play a lot of keyboard, play just an okay amount of bass. I don't call myself a bass player. I still feel like a guitar player playing bass, But stuff like that, weird instruments. I like picking up anything that I see that is like a weird, mandolin or whatever, just something that's a little bit off the beaten path from guitar that's just like fun. So, don't let dumb people stop you. Just do it.
You got it all wrong. Bean Lamb says the best thing I ever did. Wait a minute, where'd it go? Best thing I ever did for my guitar playing was to just keep buying expensive gear and not practice. Works wonders.
That's where it's really at.
That's the real path. Steel guitar. I think instruments like steel guitar. Derek could attest to this because he's been playing steel guitar. It just makes you think, right?
Yes.
Like you just got to think in what's the third of this chord? Think in those kind of ways.
See, that's what I get from piano and keyboard and stuff, is like I start to think about things, and then whenever I go back to guitar, I think about like playing a chord like that, which is an augmented chord too. I was playing piano and I realized that. It's like, it's not diminished.
Oh my God.
But
the sharp 5. Listen, somebody says Derek plays a steel. Derek is actually getting pretty darn good at playing steel. Derek, how long have you been playing steel? When did you get that thing?
Once a month for a year.
Once a month for a year.
He's far better than he, and I think that's just because Derek has a really good ear.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I
so.
think he
got a
can
good ear
sit
for
down
melody.
and yes, he picks those things
And,
up quickly. If he went just a little bit harder on that thing, dude, I think he'd be a bad memory jammer.
I had one at home.
I think you kill it on it though. Whenever you do play, because usually it's not like he like sits down and is like, oh, I'm gonna practice for an hour. It's like no, like we're doing a song and he's picking it up on the fly and he's killing it. So what I'm saying is he's a bad man in the making already.
As long as it's in B flat, he's got you. Got to be in B flat. Capo 3. Capo 3. Yeah, you know. All right, boys. I guess we got to go and open the old shop since there's no one else over there. We should go
Let's
do
go
it.
do it. I gotta go
We should
clean
go do
up.
it. We love you all. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Everybody go play the mandolin on the toilet. Apparently it's fun. But, yeah. Send good vibes with old Sean here.
Watch the Juan Mayer video.
Watch the Juan Mayer video. It's very important. Share it. Listen, we always appreciate when you share our videos. It helps like a ridiculously amount. In your groups on Facebook, wherever, share them.
Yeah.
Share them up. But anyways,
Share them.
that's it. The brown eye girl. That's hilarious on the toilet. Anyways, hit like, hit subscribe, click the old bell, and watch the NAMM videos coming out.
That's
and
right.
Woodwire and Volts videos coming soon.
Yep.
And Sean is absolutely going to make it in Nashville.
It's gonna happen.
Next time you see him, he'll be wearing his
gonna happen.
cowboy hat. And we'll see you guys.
We made so many jokes about getting discovered at NAMM that we kind of got discovered at NAMM. So now my hopes are huge. I'm going to Nashville and I'm gonna walk out of there like Britney Spears, dude. Head shaved, you know, through the ringer.
All right, boys.
Let's
Goodbye.
do it.